What's up, guys? I was just about to walk outside to shoot a video in the neighborhood. You know how I do, just take my little walk. And then I ran across this video from Jason Whitlock from his show Fearless on Blaze TV. And it touches on what we were talking about the other day, basically turning off the mainstream media and everything else. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to react to this. So let's get right into it.
Women don't take bullets. It's not their role. It's not their job. It's not in their nature. Sane societies send men into war to die. It's biblical. Jesus Christ, a man, sacrificed his life for all of humanity. The sacrifice of man's life is practical too. We can be replaced. One man and many women can birth a nation. One woman and many men will provoke a homicidal genocide among frustrated and angry men. A woman's womb is far more valuable than a man's penis. The virgin birth of Jesus proves my point. Women are designed to be protected, shielded from dangerous conflict. The collapse of American society is directly linked to our decision to move women en masse to the front lines, to place them in harm's way, to treat them as men. They won't take the bullets that go along with leadership. It's not because they're mentally weak. It's because the Creator constructed them for a different purpose, a task arguably far more important. God created women to protect and nurture what grows inside their wombs, not rights, freedoms, and order. In the book of Genesis, God gave man dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Wow, Mr. Whitlock, I may not have to go to church tomorrow because you are preaching, my friend. My goodness, everyone needs to hear this.
The American culture war is a battle over dominion. The combatants are man and woman, believers and non-believers. The stakes are enormous. The outcome will determine the fate of our most fundamental freedom, free speech. Without it, we will lose our right to worship God freely and publicly. As is the case in Canada and Europe, the words written in the Bible will be classified as hate speech, punishable in criminal and civil court. Free speech is an issue worth dying for.
Yes, it is, Mr. Whitlock. This is why I do this channel, and this is why I'm being shadow banned here on YouTube. And I need you guys' help. Free speech is paramount, guys. It is. And what I told you the other day that I want to change everything, I want to concentrate on this. I think it's my calling to reach the masses, you know what I mean? And I need you guys' help. But I'm definitely willing to die for my free speech.
I say all that to make my point about Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson grabbed a musket and enlisted in the free speech war. He joined the rebel army, the Confederates fighting the globalists, elites, progressives, establishment media, and politicians who believe free speech inhibits American advancement. Carlson announced he would relaunch his successful talk show on Twitter. Carlson took a bullet. He declared war on one of the most powerful people on the planet, Rupert Murdoch, and one of the most powerful establishment media corporations on the planet, Fox News. In conjunction with his announcement, Carlson's attorney accused Fox News of fraud and contract breachment over the network's surprise dismissal of Carlson 2 weeks ago. In a 3-minute video posted to Twitter, Carlson said he planned to broadcast his show on Twitter because it's the lone consequential platform that allows free speech. Let's watch the video together.
If you don't have free speech, then you don't have freedom. And I love freedom, and you guys do too. This is why I'm reacting to this video. This goes with everything that aligns with my values. And I'm in this war too, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in it, and so are you guys. And I need you guys' help to make videos, go out there and talk to people. You know what I mean? And if you don't make the videos, but Tucker Carlson, like I said, is a gem to this country, and he needs to be protected at all times. So I know a lot of you guys watch this video from Tucker Carlson, but for context, we're going to watch it together.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies, but most of the time that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No, I'm not. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year.
Exactly, Tucker. This is what I was talking about the other day about why we need to turn off this lamestream media and get our family and friends to do the same. Because that's all they do is feed narratives and lies. That's why all these people on the left and some people on the right are going crazy, because they believe what they think is legitimate news. And we all know it's a lie.
What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess. It's guaranteed. Every person who works in English language media understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments.
That's right, Tucker. That's the First Amendment in the Constitution. There's no arguing with the Constitution, whether, should we do this or do that with the Constitution? The Constitution is what it is. Preach, Tucker.
Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
That is right, Tucker. Oh my gosh. Man, this guy needs to be protected at all times. Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk individually are helping to save this country, but working together on the freest speech platform in the world now, Twitter 2.0, or X, as he calls it, and Tucker Carlson, the best free speech individual reporter in the world, being on that platform. I cannot wait to watch that.
That was Tucker Carlson yesterday. And just keep in mind, those of you that have followed me for a long time, let's go back 6, 7, 8 years, if you followed me just that long. What I've been saying about Twitter for 6, 7, 8 years and its importance as the town square, as the moderator of free speech, as the moderator of narratives. I can't believe that I'm here today now defending Twitter, but that's where I am. That's what Elon Musk has wrought. And that's why Tucker Carlson is taking his his pursuit of truth to Twitter. It's our last hope.
He's absolutely right. It is our biggest and last hope, and we have to support that, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody has to watch that. Turn off the lamestream media and get everyone over to that new show hosted by Tucker Carlson on Twitter.
Fox News paid Carlson $20 million a year to host a primetime 1-hour show. He probably could have commanded $50 million a year had he played along with the uniparty hoax being run by establishment Democrats and Republicans and corporate media. Instead, he's sacrificing his very lucrative career and reputation to speak freely and truthfully. He's taking a bullet. It's what men are supposed to do. It's what Alex Jones has done for the last 30 years. Jones has been ridiculed as a liar and fraud throughout his career. He raised valid questions about the events on 9/11. The government has yet to give a logical explanation for the collapse of Building 7. Alex Jones celebrated Carlson's courage and what it could mean in the culture war. Let's watch together.
Oh boy, the most controversial man on the planet, Alex Jones. I've always liked Alex Jones. I don't agree with everything he says, obviously, but I will fight to the death to defend him to say it. And that's the point. They have tried to shut this man down for years. And there's a reason for it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? When they say the word conspiracy theories or conspiracy theorist, his name is synonymous with that. So let's see what he's got to say.
Tucker Carlson's move today to Twitter with Elon Musk is way bigger than Tucker Carlson. It's about the death of cable media. It's about the death of the establishment. It's about the death of the intelligence agencies and the censorship and the surveillance. Tucker has 25, 30 million views on the videos he now puts out on Twitter. 5, 6 times what he had on Fox News. The dinosaurs that fired him miscalculated. And I told you 2 weeks ago, he's not going with some new big outlet. He's going to be independent. I had that obviously directly from Tucker Carlson's camp. And now we're here. So their attempts to silence me and to silence you have now backfired. And Tucker Carlson, as the archetypal populist promoting liberty and freedom and peace and prosperity, has been targeted by the system, and their attempts to silence him have failed. And that just illustrates there's not just evil in the universe, there's good as well. And so I am so excited about what Tucker's doing. He can now broadcast from his house in Maine. He can broadcast from his house in Florida. He can now directly reach out to people and cover things that Fox was suppressing. Sure, his contract said he had total freedom. He took a pay cut of 2/3 to tell the truth, but they still try to control him. Tucker knew he was going to be fired. I predicted it back in March, and now it's here. He didn't sell out. I didn't sell out. You didn't sell out. We're not selling out. Our freedoms, our liberty, our ideas of what we stand for are not for sale. And that's why what Tucker Carlson's done is so beautiful. That's why what you've done is so beautiful. People want freedom. That's why InfoWars is still on the air, in many ways stronger than ever, only because of your support and your word of mouth. Tucker's stronger than ever because of you. We're going to win this, folks. Listen, Tucker's just the tip of the iceberg. Elon Musk has gotten on board with liberty because he knows which way the wind is blowing. The globalists are not invincible. In fact, they're very easy to beat if we simply wake up and support freedom and stand up for basic human liberties and the basic concepts that have made society so successful. I love America, and I love you. We're going to win. America's not tyranny. America is the example of liberty, and we will win together. God bless Tucker Carlson, and God bless you all.
If you've been listening to my channel for any length of time, does that sound familiar? Does that sound like a crazy man or a conspiracy theorist? Did you disagree with anything he said? I didn't think so.
I am nearly as hopeful as Alex Jones. I'm starting to see us reach this long overdue age of enlightenment. It's been 32 years since Oliver Stone released the movie JFK, a film that pointed to a CIA plot to kill President Kennedy. Corporate media blasted Stone as a conspiracy theorist. It's the same smear that has been leveled at Jones and Carlson.
First of all, if you haven't seen that movie, go see it. That's where the words conspiracy theorist really came out after the JFK was assassinated. Our country honestly started going downhill, and the trust in the government has gone downhill since they killed that great man JFK. But if you go against the establishment, that's what they say, a conspiracy theorist. It's absolutely insane.
Jones, Carlson, and Stone are men who sacrifice their reputations to tell the truth. Elon Musk is another wealthy and powerful man taking a bullet to protect free speech. The billionaire founder of Tesla's decision to acquire Twitter and reconfigure it to allow free speech has made him an enemy of the establishment, and it's made him polarizing. The responsibility of dominion requires the ultimate self-sacrifice. I'm inspired because I'm seeing wealthy, powerful men sacrifice their reputations in protection of free speech. That's when God gave man the responsibility of dominion over everything that creepeth on the earth. This is what he was talking about. Men protecting order. Women, they're not wired for the kind of sacrifice that men are. They have a different calling. They're responsible for the replenishment of earth and life. They sacrifice for the protection of children, not for the maintenance of an orderly society. Women suffer when their children experience discomfort. That's why the protection of feelings is so important to them. As women exercise more and more dominion over American society, we have prioritized the protection of feelings above truth and order. If a boy or man feels like a girl, the matriarchy affirms that feeling with little concern about truth or societal order. The priority is avoiding hurt feelings. That's how a society ends up with bat and balls men sharing a bathroom with and or competing against women. Feelings disrupt order and truth.
And this is what our country has gone to. They've gone for feelings over facts. And I will never do that. God is here. Good is here. A man is a man. A woman is a woman. I don't care how you feel about it. Science is science and facts is facts. Facts over feelings every single time.
America has eliminated tolerance for rebuke. It's too painful. We've twisted scripture to justify the elimination of judgment. Atheists love quoting the Bible, Matthew 7:1. Judge not lest ye be judged. They avoid dozens of scriptures where Jesus and the disciples directly command us to judge unrighteous behavior. They avoid context and a full understanding of the word. Man needs to be rebuked and judged by other men standing on the word of God. My gluttony should be rebuked. Behavior that contradicts God's instructions should be called out and admonished, including sexual promiscuity, guilty, and homosexuality, not guilty. Man and woman are outside the roles designed for us. We've created a society where we affirm everything that kills us out of fear that we might hurt someone's feelings. This new standard has empowered sin and the sinful.
When you empower sin, you empower Lucifer. We all sin, just like he said about sexual promiscuity and stuff like that. Again, I'm not guilty of homosexuality. I'm guilty of a lot of things, gluttony and things like that. But I won't be part of this evil Satanist stuff, man. And they're throwing it down our throat. And I know you won't be a part of it. We're all God's children. We love God. And we know we're not perfect, but we're not falling for this stuff, man.
Twitter, you've heard me complain for years, has been the LGBTQ plus heaven. It has served as the muscle for the alphabet mafia. Anyone who stood on biblical values and refused to affirm transgenderism and homosexuality faced reputation assassination. The transgender crowd sees opposition to puberty blockers and gender mutilation as issues worth dying for.
He's right. The elitists have made a lot of these lefties go crazy. They will literally die for kids to be able to be mutilated. They would die for the LGBTQ community and the trans people to play sports with women. You ever notice the women never play with the men as vice versa? It's absolutely crazy. He's right. They literally would die for this stuff. But I'll die for what I stand for too, and I know you will too.
Men who want to be women will take and deliver a bullet. It's in their nature. Women who want to be men will take and deliver a bullet. They're that desperate to prove their manhood. It's time for real men to return to their nature and prove their manhood. Tucker Carlson just did it. He should be a role model to all of us.
Absolutely, Jason. And not just the men need to stand up and be men. The women need to stand up too, and they have been doing that. And Tucker does need to be praised as a leader in our fight and our movement, man. Because he's putting himself out there, man. You saw what happened to Julian Assange, or whatever the guy's name is from WikiLeaks. I'm afraid Tucker might end up being like that. That's why he needs to be protected at all times. Look what they did to Andrew Tate. Look what they do to anybody that stands up against them. But the women need to stand up and say, I'm a woman. We're not inviting men into our locker rooms, inviting biological men into our sports. Men need to stand up and say, look, women who are trying to be men, you're not a man, I'm a man. And that's just the way it is. Just because you say what you are, or you feel the way you feel, it's not going that way. So listen, guys, I need your help. I need you guys to make videos, and I need you guys to go out here and talk to people. And also, I'm going to spend more time specifically individually doing this, and I'm going to sacrifice some pay. So I'm going to be studying, reading, watching videos, and making content videos and editing, and that takes time. So I'm asking you guys to help me. I don't want to internet beg, but I've been watching a lot of people on doing individual journalism, and that's what I'm doing here on this channel. And they, you know, ask for donations and stuff like that. And I never thought I would ask for that. But if I'm taking the time to do that and putting everything else away, I do need you guys' help. If you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. But I take payments in Bitcoin. If you want to put something in the tip jar, Cashapp, Zelle, Venmo, and I'll leave the stuff on the screen, and I'll leave it on the in the description box if you want to help me. But I promise you this, I'll dedicate this 100%. And I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this to help this country and this world to get back to God, get away from the evilness, and reclaim what's ours. And that's our great nation. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. There is hope, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to fight together. Tucker Carlson, Elon Musk, Alex Jones, the people from the Blaze, all these great individuals, we need to support them. And I hope you guys support me, because I'm going to support you, and I'm going to do everything in my power to take what's rightfully ours, okay? I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.